Need to dispose of your oil paint or paint thinner after you've completed one of your masterpieces? In this video right here, I'm going to show you how to take care of that coming up right now. Hey guys, Wallet4Games coming at you for my creative control playlist where I try to bring you the best tips and tricks to help unlock your creative potential. If this is your first time here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell to know when my videos go live. A lot of people ask me after I finish doing one of my paintings or a series of paintings, what do I do with all the thinner I use to clean off my brushes, and more importantly, what do I do with all the pigment that settles at the bottom here? Well, it's a great question, and let me show you some of the things that I do, how to get rid of what I call the paint sludge at the bottom, and how you can use that paint thinner afterwards. So let me go to my video right now. So there are a few things that you're gonna need: a spare bucket, some latex gloves, a wooden spoon, or I use a spatula or anything to scrape the paint off, and a disposable plastic bag. Make sure there are no holes in the bottom. Make sure you do this outside somewhere where it's clean and safe to do so. We want to make sure all this sludge and paint thinner, if it does spill anywhere, it's not going to affect anything. So make sure you do this outside. We want to remove whatever grates we have on the inside. I have a grate that allows me to beat off my brush on the inside, allowing the pigment to separate from the bristles. Just beat it off in the spare bucket that we have here and lay it somewhere where it won't affect anything. And we're going to pour the loose paint thinner and pigment into the bucket that we have right here. It's going to be very murky and muddy, but don't worry about that. Just pick up one of these buckets from your local dollar store or craft store or hardware store. This bucket right here just cost me $1. Just make sure to get one. And in the bottom there is our residual paint sludge that we have from our many paintings that we've done in the past here. And this is what we want to get out and get rid of because it's murkying up the rest of our paint thinner and can get on our brush and contaminate our painting. To do so, all we're going to do is take our extra plastic bag that we have here. I'm going to put it over my loose bark just in case I spill it. It'll go in there and be nice and safe. But we want to use our spoon that we have here that I also picked up at a dollar store. It's just a regular wooden spatula, and scrape off all the bottom sludge. All this is just the pigment after all of the paintings that I have done back to back. Carefully scrape all the loose pigment from the bottom of the can and start slowly pouring it into our plastic bag here. It's going to take a few scrapes and you might have to put a little elbow grease into it, but try to get out as much as you can. Some will come out and some will actually stay behind, but that's okay if you can't get everything. Try to get as much as you can. Now that we got all the big chunks kind of out of our bucket there, we can take the loose thinner that we poured out earlier and pour it back into our paint can, and we can seal this up and slosh things around to take out all the residual paint that's still sitting in there, because that paint thinner will still eat away at some of the stuff that's eating at the bottom there. So let's go ahead, pour it in, make sure it's sealed nice and tight, give it a nice little jiggle and swash it around really quick there. And we're gonna pour this back into our bucket, and that's gonna get out a lot of that extra things that have been kind of sitting in there that we weren't able to scrape out with our wooden spoon. And with all the thinner coming out of that can, it is nice and clean and ready to go. You can take a loose paper towel and wipe the inside if you'd like to, or let it dry, or just let it sit and introduce new thinner when you're good and ready. Now, just a quick note, this isn't a tutorial on how to save this thinner. I will show you that at another time in a future video, because you can save this thinner for future paintings as well. But what you want to do is make sure you let this sludge sit out and dry and become hard. When it's in this liquid state, it's actually toxic to the environment, but when it has a chance to harden up is when you can throw it away in your normal garbage can. When everything is clean and had time to dry, I am ready to introduce brand new thinner into my bucket. All I have to do is just reintroduce my grates there into my bucket and pour in brand new thinner, and I am good and ready to rock and roll on some future paintings. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys found that very educational and you found a way to dispose of all the sludge that's at the bottom of your paint can. But you're probably wondering, well, how do I know when to actually change out my paint thinner or get rid of my paint sludge? Well, there's really two big indications. The first one being actually smell. Now, all of the thinner actually has a natural vapor to it, and you kind of know what that smells like. You get a nice hit off of it and you get all dizzy and stuff like that. That vapor will actually start to dissipate and it'll actually start to become a stinky, skunky smell. So when that happens, it's time to change. The other time, number 2, is when you actually start seeing that thinner become very murky, almost like swamp water. The reason you want to change it out then is because all that swamp water will actually, when you beat it off, it'll contaminate into your future paints that you bring back on your palette, and it's going to dull down all those colors that you're trying to keep vibrant. So smell and sight are the 2 best ways. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this very fun, and I like to do all these kind of videos for you guys. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a nice thumbs up, and feel free to share. There's also some social media below that you can keep up with all of my artwork and tutorials and YouTube videos when they come out. And you can even visit my FlareDash store to help support me. And if you do like this video, there's a couple more over the side that you guys can take a look at. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I will see you guys in the next painting video next time. Take care. Peace.